All right. Well, first of all, you know, above all things, welcome, but also happy Halloween. I at least it is Halloween as of the start of this stream and the start of this video. Um, Funnily enough, I actually don't celebrate it quite a lot, due to the fact that I live in Costa Rica, and Costa Rica doesn't celebrate it as usual as people often go ahead and celebrate it. Like for example, in I don't know the United States, most states usually have like trick or treating or stuff like that. That doesn't happen here. So I'm not used to celebrating it like quite a lot. However, last year I did a cosplay of Y Beloved from Coraline, and I loved it. I love makeup and I love cosplaying and stuff like that. I wish I would do it like way more often than I usually do. Um, which is almost never, but still. Um, but yeah, still is a really cool holiday to be fair, and it is a really cool thing to celebrate it if you do celebrate it. If not, then understand that I have sympathy or empathy for you because I usually don't celebrate it myself. Um, but if people want to celebrate it, if people love it, I understand because I recently started doing so, even though this year I did nothing. If people don't, then I understand because I grew up not doing the usual trick or treating and stuff like that, which is insane for people who live, for example, in the US or something like that. Because for people in the US, it's so normal to go ahead and do trick or treating or so and stuff like that. Anything that's scary that's to do with doing costumes and stuff like that. But I guess it all depends on the culture of the place in which you live. Um, but nothing wrong with celebrating it or not doing so. Either way, either way, the point is happy Halloween if you do celebrate it, if you enjoy it. I hope that you have a good one. Um, essentially, just I hope that you're safe. I hope that you enjoy partying or you enjoy whatever you go through. Maybe you're trick or treating with your I don't know, your little brother or your little sister or your cousin or something like that, and it's cool. If you're doing that, then I think that's awesome. Um, but yeah, it's been I mentioned just now that it's been quite a hellish couple of days for me. I was preparing myself for a stream on Friday, and I started moving a couple of things and making sure that I will be able to put probably like a curtain or something to make sure that the sound from the backyard did not reach me or reach my bedroom so easily. And by mistake, just moving a little bit my window, through the window the internet cable comes in, and by mistake I ended up essentially breaking it, because of course nobody wants to break its own internet cord, right? So I had to call my cable provider, which is my internet provider, and I was like, hey dudes, like, this shit just happened, what do I do? And they were like, well, what you gotta do essentially is wait 5 days um, for us to go to your home and fix it. And I was like, that's that's just not gonna happen. That's unacceptable because like waiting 5 days meant that I will have to wait until Wednesday. That's the date that they told me was Wednesday, and I was like, okay, well, that's just not gonna happen. Um, because not only did I want to stream on Friday and also Saturday and also Sunday and so on, but also because like I have to work. I do working from home Monday and Thursday and Wednesday, and they said Wednesday afternoon, and I was like, it is no, absolutely not. So I started like messaging and sending all type of text and emails and also calls to the people in the cable provider, and they were like, this dude is intense. But also I was right. Like, how dare you say to me that okay, it's normal to wait 5 days to fix an issue on your service, but we're still gonna charge you full price for it at the end of the month, right? So I was like, okay, so something's gotta give here, and you cannot tell me that I'm the only one that like I'm to blame for what happened, and also you cannot tell me that I'm the only one who's ever faced issues with this type of stuff. You cannot tell me that you said that to everybody else, right? In like in the world, like to your clients, to your customers. Um, so after many calls and ways to try and solve this, and by the way, I was not doing it. Again, I don't want to seem like, oh, the poor kid could not game for a couple of days, right? It wasn't about that necessarily, of course. That sucks, obviously. That obviously sucks. Um, but it wasn't just about, oh, look at me, poor thing, I'm not able to game, or I'm not able to have access to the internet for a couple of days. It had a lot more to do with the fact that I have to work on Monday. And Monday and Thursday and so on. And I was like, yeah, okay, so that's just not gonna happen. It just isn't like a good service that you're providing if you cannot, come through and help me out with something that I most definitely need. Um, so at the end of the day, today on Saturday they did not come, obviously, because it was Saturday. And I was waiting for their call during like the full 24 hours to see if something was going to happen. Nothing happened, so I went to sleep. So they came back to around they came back to me at around 11 a.m. on a Sunday, and they finally fixed it. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, finally!" First of all, second of all, it serves right to be like insistent on something, because you should insist on something if you're paying for it. And I was paying for it. I've never been late to pay my internet or my cable. Um, so anyway, what I'm trying to say is that finally I got it fixed. The person who showed up came in a bad mood. I think that he was told, like, you have to fix this or otherwise they're gonna cancel their contract or something like that. I think that they were not happy with me insisting on it. But once again, I just don't see. To me, it doesn't make any sense that people are like, oh, you know what? Like, yeah, it's totally normal to wait 5 days to fix a mistake, right? So finally, after trying and trying and trying and trying, I got it fixed, or they fixed it for me, and now I'm able to be back again. It's been interesting to try and stream during the past couple of weeks. I needed to upgrade my PC, which I ended up doing, and I'm very happy with the PC. But it took longer, way longer than they told me it would take to get it done. And then I finally get it done. Streamlabs OBS crashes on me multiple times. So I'm like, okay, well, trying to record and then also on stream once. And I was like, okay, well, obviously it isn't the computer anymore, so I have to change my shit, essentially. So I go ahead and I uninstall Streamlabs OBS, and I install OBS Studio, and that means that I have to redo every little thing, every little scene, every little thing with the camera, every little thing with the lighting, and every little thing with the audio. And again, if you ever try to stream, or if you are a streamer yourself, you understand that getting your audio right has to be like the worst thing in the world. IMO. Like, getting your audio right, I don't, and I'm not even sure if I got it right this time. Let me go ahead and. Yeah, I'm listening to myself now, and that's good. But like, I'm still paranoid over it. I'm very paranoid about the audio, because that's the thing that gets me the most about, like, trying to fix every little thing. How many decibels, how many filters, is the noise suppression all right? Is it, good? Is it bad? How am I gonna, take care of this? I need to monitor myself, but I cannot monitor myself when I'm on stream, when I'm using these headphones, so I have to use the other ones. But I don't want to use the other ones because I paid good money for these headphones, and these are better for gaming. And then, like, finally, getting, okay, seeing every tutorial again, finding out exactly how many filters, what do I add? Do I really need a gain filter? Do I really just need to monitor everything from my Scarlett? Should I do everything straight from the microphone? How do I fix everything? That is the most stressing thing for me about streaming. It has nothing to do with the camera. I don't care anymore about how I look anyway. This is my bedroom, essentially, so I don't really get it. Like, what do you want me to do about my bedroom? All you can see is the green walls, and the piano and the door. So that's okay. That's fine by me. I don't mind. But then, it's just like, how do people listen to me? How do people perceive me? That's the thing that stresses me the most, right? So getting the right, like, the exact right thing Like, the way that you can actually hear me whisper, but you can also hear me scream, but not make me blow out um, your ears, right? Because that is awful. And I think that, that is the most important thing about streaming, um, the audio IMO. And hopefully, as I'm saying this, I got everything right. But yeah, doing every single little thing, trying to get it right. And then when I think I got it right, when I think that this is okay, this is correct, this is nice, I've done every little test, I've spent hours doing it, I break my internet. And I'm like, man, like, just come the fuck on. Can you not? Can you please just, like, give me a break? You know what I'm saying? Like, just a bit, a tiny break. That's all I'm asking for. And well, it took a while, but finally it is working, and finally, it's going right, I think. Um, but it goes to show that you really want you have to want to do this in order to do it properly, because to get all the right equipment, to get the software, and to get it's not as easy as, hey, just download OBS Studio and start streaming, right? Like, if you want to do something else, if you want to play games and so on, you have to do a lot of stuff, essentially, because again, you have to take care of your audience as well. Even if it's a small audience, it doesn't matter. Like, you want to make sure that people, whether they're new or they're regulars, they come in and they actually feel like, okay, I can hang out with this dude for a couple of hours, right? Because otherwise it's just gonna suck, and it's gonna be a shitty experience as you're just gonna leave. Which I don't blame people for, right? I think I've spoken about this in the past, when you try to give a new streamer a shot, and they happen to have a bottle of water next to them, and then they go ahead and they drink the water, but in a way that you can legit hear the water come through like, come through their throat, right here, like through your ears, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm just leaving. That happened to me once. So yeah, I understand the point of view of the viewer as well. So that's why I try my best to get everything right, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And this past couple of days have been examples of things just not working. Essentially, just like, it doesn't work, and something's gotta give, and it ends up being my Streamlabs OBS. It ends up being my internet. It ends up being my computer. But finally, I think it should be okay at last. For the first time in a couple of days, it should be okay. However, we'll see. And if you happen to have any sort of issues with audio, or a video or something, whatever happens, do let me know. But yeah, that was like a quick update. By the way, like, honestly, if everything goes right in this stream and in the next couple of streams and so on, friendship ended with a Streamlabs OBS. OBS Studio is my best friend now. Because yeah, absolutely, what a hellish experience it was to deal with the Streamlabs OBS when it was crashing on me so many fucking times. I you know and now that I've learned how to properly use OBS Studio, like, I can 100% guarantee you, I don't think I'm gonna go back to a Streamlabs OBS. If you happen to want to stream yourself, you know my best advice would be, like, go ahead and check out OBS Studio first, and take your time to learn how to use it, and check out your tutorials and your guides, so that it works out for you, because it's a better solution than Streamlabs OBS. The Streamlabs OBS just decides to take, like, I don't know, 30-40% of your CPU, even if your CPU is a monster, and it gives it doesn't make any sense. While OBS Studio is like, it's super chill, and it's like, hey, you know what, I'm actually gonna take like 5% um of your CPU, and everything is gonna work out fine. Or at least it seems like it so far. But yeah, this is my early experience so far. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes through multiple streams and so on. But yeah, that was a bit of a rant, and I apologize for that. But I kind of wanted to go ahead and do that, and also give an update as to why I wasn't live in the past couple of days. It sucks to not be live in 2 days or so on. But I'm very happy to be back, essentially, and hopefully, again, everything works out just fine. Um, but yeah, we should get to actually game a little bit and see what can we play actually. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, we'll see. Let's go. Thank you for listening to this, by the way, and yeah, let's just go ahead and do this.